The federal government is getting a much better run from the Bureau of Statistics than the opinion pollsters these days. Hot on the heels of yesterday's impressive growth numbers come the latest job figures. Unemployment was slightly higher in May, but the economy still created nearly 40,000 jobs. It all left economists with a lot of explaining to do. Philip Lasker reports.
Buried in the statistics is Oscar Clifford-Smith's story, an audio-visual specialist who's been looking for extra part-time work for 6 months.
At the moment I'm getting 5 hours on a quiet week and you can't really do much with that.
There was less part-time work available as Australia's unemployment rate rose slightly, but it remains around levels many economists regard as full employment. The surprisingly strong monthly jump in full-time jobs was the biggest in 18 months. Part-time jobs fell 7,200. There was also a rise in the number of people looking for work, seen as an encouraging sign.
Well, I think someone from another country would look at Australia and say, well, what are we complaining about?
Australians are certainly showing that in difficult times they haven't stopped working.
Unemployment picked up on the east coast in Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria. It fell in South Australia, Tasmania and the ACT and was steady in the resource regions of Western Australia and the Northern Territory. The numbers support the recent strong growth data but run counter to the anecdotal evidence of job losses at some of Australia's biggest employers outside the mining industry.
I think there might be some special factors going on there where retail workers, for example, are working fewer hours, but they're not actually becoming unemployed. White-collar workers are losing their jobs. You can see that in banks, for example, but maybe they're being paid out for 6 months. So again, they're not showing up in the unemployment queues just yet.
It wouldn't surprise me if over the next few months we see the employment picture start to deteriorate somewhat, and I think that's probably what's going to happen. What it does mean, though, is that for people like me who are looking for more interest rate cuts in the next couple of months, those rate cuts might be delayed unless we do start to see some softer data regarding the labour market in the next couple of months.
Tomorrow, Reserve Bank Governor Glenn Stevens, who's been busy cutting interest rates to shore up confidence, is expected to bolster those efforts with a speech entitled Glass Half Full. Just how full may be clearer tomorrow when the ANZ and possibly others announce their new home mortgage rates.